autism wasn't identified until the last 60 years, which is probably since your grandparents were born. Okay, so we haven't had that as anything that we were really talking about until fairly recently. But, as I started to say earlier, there are some people, some very famous people, who have created some pretty amazing things, who people believe, based on what we know about their lives and the way they live their lives, may have had autism.
Albert Einstein, father of modern physics, winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics. Charles Darwin, award-winning scientist. Thomas Jefferson, third president of the United States. Architect, linguist, one of the authors of the Declaration of Independence.
Very important document for us.
Emily Dickinson, American poet. Jane Austen, English novelist.
And I'm just going to jump in here because she's one of my favorite authors. You probably haven't read many of her books yet, or any of her books yet, but you will. And several of her books have been made into movies. So.
Ludwig van Beethoven, he was a composer.
Okay, and Mrs. Nelson can help us here. Mrs. Cowie has probably taught you about Beethoven, but there's a famous piece that he wrote that we all know of.
Like his Fifth Symphony, and it starts out with da 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 da.
Okay, you heard it?
You guys know that? Beethoven.
Michelangelo, he was an artist.
And I'm going to jump in again because I was very lucky. I got to travel all the way to Italy to see some of his artwork, and every year people travel from all over the world to see what he created.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, he was a composer. Isaac Newton, mathematician, scientist, astronomer, philosopher. Henry Ford, American inventor and innovator.
Okay, so how many of you have a car at your house? All right, he's an important piece of all of that coming together for us.
Alexander Graham Bell, scientist and inventor of the telephone.
How many of you have a telephone at your house? Okay, so thank you, Alexander Graham Bell.
Thomas Edison, scientist, inventor of the light bulb and phonograph.
Okay, so light bulbs, an important part of our day. Does anyone know what a phonograph is? Matthew?
Isn't it a thing that sends messages really far?
I think that's a telegraph, but you're kind of on the right line.
Like a radio?
It's sort of like a radio. You listen to music.
Isn't it sort of like a record player?
It is. It's a very early record player. Does anybody know what a record is? You guys actually know. Those vinyl things. When I was your age, I had to go to the store and buy this big black vinyl thing if I wanted to listen to my favorite music and put it on this big machine. So now we have what? iPods, okay? All right. So those are some famous people who we think, based on what we know about their lives, may have had autism. The following list of people are people who are alive today who we know do have autism.
Gary Newman, he's a musician. Dylan Scott Pierce, he was a famous artist.
And he's young, and look at the artwork that he created.
He was a teenager. He was a teenager.
Very talented.
Temple Grandin, author, doctor of animal science, professor at Colorado State University.
So she teaches adults about animals, okay? So she's very knowledgeable.
Jason J. McElwain scored 20 points in 4 minutes for his high school basketball team. Author of The Game of My Life.
Dang.
Yeah.
James Durbin, American Idol contestant 2011. Raise your hand if you watch American Idol. The girls.
And as far as I know, he's still there. He's still on. He hasn't been.
Yeah, he's still on.
Yeah. Okay.
This is my favorite, everybody. Heather Kosmich, America's top model contestant.